Sanaa Benzakour, 51 years old, married to Patrice for 28 years, and you are his business partner as well. Mother of one boy, 23 years old. You are the co-owner, or half and half, or 50-50 of PMML since 2008, February 8th. What is PMML? What is that? Why is not a name, a full name? Tell me.
Okay, so yes, so PMML started actually, my husband and I started a business, a real estate brokerage business together. And we needed his name, Patrice Ménard, and we needed what we were going to do, multi-logement, in the name. So we can cut through the noise in the market where no one knew us. So PMML is the acronym of Patrice Ménard Multi-Logement. So that's the reason why. And Patrice was the one who was negotiating deals, and we're in commercial real estate. So and it was the most natural way of naming a company, even though he always says that I am his business partner. We just decided to put his name, on the company's name. So that's the reason why. So we're leaders in commercial real estate. PMML is a leader in commercial real estate in the province of Quebec.
Your origins are from?
Morocco. So I was born in Montreal, me and my three sisters, but my parents came from Morocco in 1970. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you always been here?
Yeah, always.
Did you go back?
Every summer, my aunts and my uncles had beach homes, so I would go from uncle to aunt, and it was like wonderful summers. I had just great childhood. So
You
it was
still
good,
going?
Yeah, not as often because after a while, every summer, you just want to see a little more of the world. So, but at the same time, I saw my grandparents and everything. I think I was born. I was on an airplane, not when I was born, but so at 18 years old, I started wanting to go a little, have other trips. But I would go every third, fourth year. And my husband and I got married in Morocco. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's French.
French Canadian from La Valtrie.
How did you find him? How did you meet you guys? Because I'm going to go there. I want to know the real behind the social label of PMML. What is behind that thing?
Okay.
Is a secret behind that. And it's, you are very close to your partner.
Yeah.
Close enough to make a child. So I just want to know, how did you find each other 30 years ago? Because it's 30 years that you know each other, not 28. 28 you married, now it's 30 years that you're together.
Yeah.
And even more, as maybe we don't know. You're going to tell us?
She was the crunchy. Listen, we met in January 1994. You know, when you start saying 1994, it's a long time ago. I won't go there.
Ageless. Me and you are ageless. We're like, bring it on.
Bring it on. So, yeah, we met in political science. And so my husband, we're 2 years and a half apart. But he was actually, he stopped school in secondary in 3. So he was a décrocheur. He stopped school, started working. And after a while, he just wanted to go back and finish his high school. So he went the adults courses at night and while working in the daytime. So that gap, when we entered university, that's why we were in the same year, starting a new program. And that's where we met in a course on a Wednesday morning in an auditorium. And it was really funny the way we met. It's a very embarrassing story. I don't know.
Let's hear it. Now you open the door.
So the story is that it was the auditorium. It's like 150 people that fit there, and the teacher is down, on the floor. And so, I'm a girl. I have all my markers, the red one, like the pink one. Taking all the notes. I was a good student. And then I see this guy, long hair, with, nice fitted jeans. And, with this rebel feel about him. And he was just walking down looking for a space, for a spot to sit. And my bag was on my chair. And for some reason, I was, just taking notes. And he just appeared next to me and he says, "Is this seat taken?" So I said, "No, it's not." So he sat. Okay, so I didn't think much of it. And then,
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
You didn't think nothing of it. You just described his jeans.
Afterwards.
I got the secret sauce. I got it.
Okay, I thought he was cute, but, nothing much, So I was like, okay. First day of school, really. And then the teacher, cracks a joke. So everybody laughs, but I'm taking my notes as well. So I just finished laughing like a second later. And then, but it's an auditorium, so I want to hold the laugh. And you know what sound I make?
No.
Like this. It resounded in the whole, I was so, and then what I do, the second thing that's so, I just, just threw myself at him. I was so shy. And then I realized, I don't know this guy. That's how we met, really. Icebreaker. And it was like, hi. He was like this, so he was like, I was so embarrassed. First of all, with the laugh. Second reason, I just threw myself at him. And I'm very very composed, girl. Like, I don't I don't throw myself at guys I don't meet,
It's the only guy you throw yourself at the last 30 years. So what are you talking about?
So I think it was meant to be. So and after we found out that we had common friends, so we would hang out in the cafeteria at lunch. We had a couple courses together, and then we met, and I introduced him to a business venture. As a student, it was a student thing, and then we just started that, and we just went on about, being business partners. I sponsored him.
You were not as a couple yet.
No.
You told me that.
No. I think looking back, there is this, there's always a chemistry, that you don't want to acknowledge because qu'est-ce que ça va donner? He was so different from me. I was so different from him. We were like in two different worlds. So that was put aside because sometimes, it happens to everybody. You look at someone, okay, cute, but, you just move on, right? Mm-hmm. And then we started working together. The work ethic, that business venture I was talking about, it was we had a lot of meetings, seminars, and we had to read books about personal development. And we talk about those books, and we just realized we had so many common values, and really strong values, work ethic, and we would dream together. It's like, well, what do you want in life, and what do you want? Those kind of discussions, and sometimes we'd be on the phone for hours.
So don't judge the book by the cover.
Exactly. And we just talked and we just connected, and that attraction was not even, people talk about physical attraction. It was cellular. It was like just organic. It was like, when you feel good around someone, you don't know. And I was 20 when I met him, 20. Why did I know about all this? I had to figure it out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it was 22. So like you say, you knew. I didn't know. Like maybe like my energy knew. I don't know what, but I didn't know. I had to figure it out. So it took us a couple of years. We were friends for a year and a half, I think, but our feelings grew. We didn't act on them or acknowledge them, but we were just a great fit. And then we just realized that really loved each other. And then,
who made the first move?
We went to a party.
No, just answer the question. Who made the first move?
I think
did you kiss or you kissed?
Actually, I don't. I can't remember. I don't like a first move. I think it was.
He's gonna see that.
Yeah,
and he's gonna say, "How can you forget?"
Well, I don't think he remembers either.
I need to have him in an interview myself.
I don't know. Let me think.
Two people are together.
No, but like I'm telling you, everything was so smooth that maybe it was, like maybe both. I don't know. But then
were you drunk?
I don't drink. We don't drink. I don't drink.
So then it's just you forgot.
I forgot.
Okay.
Can you forget that? Maybe it's after the interview, it will pop.
No, maybe you did it together at the same time. Maybe. When you just look and you start kissing?
Maybe that's it. And then 2 weeks after, he asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
You too? know me too, 61 days.
I remember on stage you said that. That's amazing. Well, you know, right? When you know, you know.
Yeah, it's scary though.
Well, I knew him before. We were friends, so I kind of knew him. And he didn't have to sell himself to me because I knew how he was with money. In business, so I got to know him really, really well. You know what I mean?
Very structured.
Now I'm structured, but I'm very intuitive.
But you look and you sound. For what I know of you, I just know you since July. We're in September. I don't know you, but what I see, what I feel, you're very structured. The pen has to be like that, like you say. Your house must be, your closet must be perfect. I'm sure you are to the point. You're always in action of doing something. The superwoman, it's you. You can accomplish everything. Are you sometime like me, tired of yourself? You sit in your car and say, okay, why do I push so much? Who do I try to impress? Why am I demanding so much of myself?
Oh my.
Do you know that
Yeah,
little second that
yeah,
sometimes you're like, oh,
yeah. I do take time off.
how?
Okay, so Sundays we don't do much, and it just happens so well. Evenings we prepare our week, but it's like every day of every week of every year. I know what I'm going to do. It's all scheduled, right? And with room with,
In case Mia show up.
no, but I mean, like it's, you can move things around. But I have like I have a core. Like I know what I'm going to do. I have my routine. I have, I know what I'm going to do in the day. But I always have room for spontaneous things. But Sundays we never like today. You ask me what am I going to do on Sunday? I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna. I don't know when I'm gonna wake up. What I'm gonna have for lunch. Where am I gonna spend my day? But I know for sure I'm gonna be with my husband because that's the time we have as a couple time or as us time. Like just.
Us is that Friday.
Oh, that's nice. It's precious. It's very important. So we don't have date nights because we're so busy and we have so many events. But since the beginning, we were together. Sundays we would take it like a little bit cooler, easier. And even when my son was young, I had him at 27. My husband was 30. We never took date nights. We actually because we're in business also, but we spent our Friday nights with our son, like as a cell, like us three. And when I was able to be on, like the business was okay and we could, take some luncheons out because we were so broke, like we couldn't go out for lunch. But when we were able to, so our lunches were our dates. It was at lunchtime. So at night we would have the family time because, we just wanted to be present. And also my son would sleep at 8 and then we'd start working until midnight. So that's the structure, yeah.
A woman who's structured like you and decide to have a child. Is on top of the world, controls her surrounding because you do. And it's a compliment. For me, I think it's a compliment. It's good to control what you can't.
What you can, yeah.
Sometimes you cannot, but what you can't, it's good. How did you go through this pregnancy and have to stop, or you didn't stop, you went right through? Did you get scared to be a mom? Because it's scary when you're powerful and you're building a business.
I got pregnant when it was.
Did you plan it?
When
you wanted it?
Yeah. The thing is that we had a couple of failures or like not, a couple of businesses did not succeed at the level we wanted. We had a few successes, a few failures, and and I think we were just in training for this big thing that we're doing right now, PMML. So nothing is lost. Like people, nothing is lost.
You weren't trained.
I wasn't. That's how I see it. I was in training, and now I can connect the dots. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, this is how you treat partners. This is how you don't want to be treated. This is how you have to anticipate. So everything that I lived before led us to now. So when we were 4 years in our marriage, and we decided, okay, well, and we were really like, it was not a good timing financially to have a child, and I was taking the pill, so it's okay. It's going to take months before you become pregnant. Not really. So
it didn't work like that.
It didn't take months. So I was like, oh, okay, it's now. So but you have to. I was not as structured as I am now because also that is a learning curve.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I was not as good as I am now, and now I still have a lot to learn because I'm not where I should be or would be or in my head. I'm very ambitious, but back then I was not as structured. And believe it or not, being a mom, well, you get structured. The baby sets the tone. So you have to, it's like you have to build your life around his needs and, like the diapers and the eating.
Was it hard for you?
No, I always wanted to be a mom. And I was the oldest of 3 sisters. So I was not a mom. My mom was exceptional. And I know your story. And when I say it, I was like, I feel so, I honestly, I have so much respect for you for what you're like.
Thank you.
I honestly, So, but my mom was exceptional. It's like if there was a playbook to be a mom, like my mom is God bless her. So, and when I became a mom, I relied a lot on my mom and for advice and everything. So I learned to be structured. I learned to prioritize a
Who
lot.
teach you that? Since when do you remember? Would you putting your dolls in a certain place? I'm very structured.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It doesn't look like, but
No,
I'm
no, you
very,
are. Yeah,
very
yeah.
structured. I know where I'm going. And
You have businesses. Yeah.
since I'm young, I've been structured since I'm 4 years old. I'm very structured.
Yeah.
And I have a way of doing things that I'm flexible.
That's it. That's it.
I'm open-minded now. But when you're in the process, like you said before, and we're building, we think it's failure. But I'm going to tell you what I think about failure. I think failure doesn't exist.
That's it.
I think when you fail, it's because you're about to win bigger.
Thank you.
The biggest no, it's the loudest yes.
Yes.
Keep going. And I see you like this. Every time I see you, I'm like, oh my God, she's so big. What I'm going to talk about? She's going to think, because we judge each other compared to the other person.
There's a one-liner I never forgot, and it stays with me all the time because I always push back my comfort zone, and it says, "Never compare your weaknesses to other people's strength. Mm-hmm. Compare yourself to yourself, where you were, where you want to go, and go get what you need to build whatever you want to build. So you have to get stronger, you know. So I don't compare myself. So when I see someone that is like, you know, you're very assertive, you're very present, you have a lot of charisma, and people like you inspire me. I never feel intimidated by anyone. And it's funny because I said, really? And I was thinking, what about I meet this person? What about I meet that person? Will I be I said, no, I want to be inspired by them. Because if I create the separation between me and that person that is so strong, that means I'm putting myself in the corner and I don't give myself a chance to become or have a little sprinkle of whatever they have so I can be closer to whatever I admire about them. So that's what it is. So I don't allow myself to be intimidated because I have too much to learn, too much to absorb, the good stuff, of course, and the bad stuff, it rolls down my back like a duck because I do not take on anymore bad feelings, energy. Envy, jealousy.
We always have a little bit of jealousy, but not in a bad way.
I think
we look up to people and see, why is my hair not curly like that? It looks so beautiful. You will say she's so simple with the beautiful hair, and you have to do the whole airbrush. You know what I mean? It's so beautiful. It's probably a lot of work, but we imagine always what the other. Not because we want to be bad.
No. Just we admire something about someone, and then after you just want to project yourself, and it's
absolutely. You're intelligent. I'm intelligent.
Yes.
You understood that.
Yeah.
Some woman or some man, we had this conversation 10 minutes ago before we opened the camera. Their testosterone and their ego are bigger than their self.
Yeah.
And they block their self. I call this fear.
Yeah.
And fear doesn't exist. Fear is the only challenge you have in life. It's when you get up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror. That's the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Be scared of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Every morning you do something like I do, and you're very structured of doing it. Tell me what it is. I know what it is.
You're gonna. It's so funny. I wake up at I do snooze. So the alarm clock goes at 5. Sometimes my eyes open at 4:30, but I stay in bed until 5 because I need at least 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I need 6 hours of sleep, but sometimes I only have 5, and I try to push it because it's not enough. 5 hours is not enough. And then I get up, I go meditate, and then after I go to the gym. But, and someone was complaining about doing their laundry. I said, after my meditation and after I wear my gym clothes to go to the gym, I throw my clothes in the washer, and I come back from the gym to take my shower. I take the things in the washer, and some of them are hung, and some of them are in the dryer. And then when I finish my shower, it's not probably it's still thumbing, or if it's finished, whatever, and then it's done. At night, I can just pull them from the. So that's my morning, and by 7:30 or 7:45, I have meditated. I have went to the gym, and I had a load of laundry done.
Okay.
But I mean, it's natural. I don't think.
Okay,
like,
so me
you know
and
what I mean?
you,
Yeah.
me and you,
Yeah.
I don't go to the gym. I do yoga.
Yeah.
And I do hypnotherapy.
That's good.
It's close to meditation, you do every day from 5:30, 5:25 to 7.
Wow,
And
that's
I
a long
do
time.
the
That's
laundry
good.
too
Wow.
at the same time that I brush my teeth.
That's good.
And then the cream is drying by the time I brush. I have a routine.
Exactly. You do the cream, and then you do the other stuff.
And I'm on top of my game.
Yeah.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
But the little detail,
Yeah.
let's say putting gas in the car, I will wait to the last minute. Do you know what I mean? Are you like, you're
the gas?
so...
Yeah. No, the gas. It happened to me once.
No, I don't miss gas.
No, I missed gas once.
I pull.
I missed gas once, and I was on the highway. It was in the city. I didn't know much, and it was a nice couple that helped me go to the gas station. And it could have been killers, but it was a nice couple because I
They
got
won't kill us
no. But I mean, it was at night, and I said, okay. So now it's always half full. Always, I never go below half because of that experience in 1996.
It happened to me in New York on the highway.
New York. Oh my God.
And yeah, I have a picture still with the towing. On the highway, the highway, New York. It's 7 lines.
No. That's the most. That's something.
Because that's me. The gas, I will wait to the last minute. I like the edge.
Yeah.
You like to live on the edge too. As much as we are.
Yeah. But
you like to live on the edge.
The edge, yes, but not that one. To chicken. The gas thing, I lived it once.
No, but I mean, you love to live challenge. Come on.
I love challenges, and the brain is interesting because with time, I did a lot of self-development, and I don't like to be in survival mode. I really don't. And as women, I'm 51.
Okay. You don't like to be survival mode?
No.
And you take mega deal, billions of dollars?
No, you'll see why I'm saying this.
Gee.
No, but seriously.
I'm scared for you.
No. Don't worry about it.
She said, don't worry. I have a good question. I'm okay, honey. PMML is going bigger than you think. I'm fine. You could have somebody who do your laundry if you wanted to. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, but I like my stuff done the way I like it. But I have a cleaning lady that I've kept for she's very nice, 14 years. I can leave my jewelry and it's still in, that kind of relationship.
Do you think you control a lot?
Huh?
Do you think you're a control freak?
I think I'm not. No,
in a good way again. It's always in a good way.
Actually, control freak. I like to oversee some processes, but now, like I was telling you, I don't like to be in survival mode because if you try to control people, try to control the outcome. You're always in survival, so you're always alert, but not for the good way. I want to be alert in creation. I want to create. So for me, my energy, love to be on the edge, but of creation. I love to create opportunities, moments, chemistries, almost magic. Not magic like magic, but this person would love to be with this person, and matchmaker. This young lady, she did something really nice to me, and I just put her up with someone that really could change her career, and she's just starting her career. So I had zero interest, financial, anything interest. I just want to make people happy around me because kindness. And because I know so many people at 51 years old, after all the business I've been building with my husband, my network is nice. I could be it could always be bigger, but I mean, I have a great network, and I like to help people. And when you help people,
it helps you.
It helps me because it makes me feel good. So it's very selfish in a way. It makes me feel good. But at the same time, down the road, if that person needs to help another person, a quick story. My father he was a diplomat without being a diplomat. He had a business. When he came to Canada, he had a few economies. There were not much money. They just sold everything and they came to Canada. Not because they fled. Young couple wanted to go in North America, and Montreal spoke French, so they came to Montreal, Mm-hmm. So... And he was always involved in the community, helping people. That's what his father did, and that's what he knows, and he loves. He's sociable like crazy. So I took after him, right? He networks. When my father and my mother would go to the embassies, because they would go to embassies and all that, they were not diplomats, but they were around that crowd.
Absolutely,
And they would go into an event. He would go left, and my mom would go right, and they would meet after, and they would talk about their evening, and they would meet. And unconsciously, my husband didn't live that. He doesn't know that, but we're doing the same.
Yeah,
We
I
go
saw
to
you.
event. Yeah, you see, we see each other. I spot him. He spots me. Okay, she's good. He's good, and everything. But we go into an event, and we see each other in the middle. We sit together, and then after we just like go about, mix and match, and then after we leave together. So, so my father, by helping so many people, my sister had to go. I had to start. One of my sisters was in administration. She studied in administration, and she wanted to have a stage. And the Moroccan ambassador in Kuala Lumpur said, "Hey, why don't you have your daughter stay with me at the embassy?" And she can go at the Kuala Lumpur bank, have her stage there. What are the chances?
None.
And my father helped someone who helped someone. I don't know how it happened. I don't know the story, but the ripple effect of that is that. So am I doing something like that? No, I don't know how it's going to come. Am I even going to see the color of what? I don't care. I just make people feel good. I think business is a way of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to make money because that's the planet. It's an economical planet. We need to make money to eat and to go places. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if business could be a platform.
Is it difficult sometimes to work a husband and wife together? Be honest. It cannot be always smooth.
Oh, it's not always smooth, but
Like
it's not.
coffee.
It's
Here,
not
honey,
what.
your coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, my sweetheart, you're so sweet. Have a nice day. It's not always like that. Come on.
Well, we're in business together, so that means that we have responsibilities. So I don't.
Do
bring
you
his
live
coffee.
together and arrive together? Do you?
No. We've always had 2 cars. Well, since we could afford it, before it wasn't the case, but we always had 2 cars, and we let's say we go to the office separately, different hours, and. Although we do train at the same time, but it's like I have my day, he has his day. It happens that of course, we build the business together, but we have our own responsibilities. So we cannot, like today, we're going to an event together. It's a little far from here, but I had this podcast. He had his meetings downtown. So we're going to meet there, and we're going to probably be side by side on the highway coming back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that too sometimes.
That's it. And sometimes, like, he's trying to race me. I was like, I'm like, you can go. I'm not racing you. And we're joking.
Busy in my head.
No, we're just playing around with each other. And then it's fine. And sometimes, honest, it's like sometimes he's in his car, I'm in my car, and then we just talk about the evening as if we were in the same car. Because once we get home, I'm gonna have to, just clean my face and everything else. So, but it's not hard. I think, like I told you before, at the intensity at which we're working so hard, and we're very intense, and we're very driven, and we know exactly what we want to accomplish. How? It's up to, we'll see how, but we know what we want to accomplish, but we're very intense. So with the level of intensity that we have together in each other, I don't know how it would have played out if he would have been in another field doing something else, a 9 to 5, which is fine because, or me doing a 9 to 5.
It wouldn't work.
It would probably, but for maybe, I don't know, some people.
Impossible.
It works for some people, I guess, but our dreams are so intertwined, and our goals. And I know what he lives. I have access to his emails. I don't look at them. I have they go to this box there.
Is your other half for real?
To the core, and like we'd be side by side. And honestly, sometimes we wouldn't talk about 5-10 minutes, and a subject that's completely out of the blue. And he said, I was thinking about that too. Mm-hmm. That kind of connection. Yes. We all have that with a friend or with a husband, or like you probably have with your husband.
I do.
So that's very, you cannot, that's building a relationship, and that's nurturing a relationship. It's trust, full trust.
Trust.
I think that it's my son, it's unconditional love, and they say the husband or the wife cannot be unconditional because the condition is, well, la fidélité. You have to. It's exclusive. So let's just say, aside of
Some
that
people
element,
forget their address. Sorry.
But aside of that obvious thing, I have unconditional love for Patrice, and he has unconditional love for me because it's. I mean, I remember when we started, it's like my only obsession is like, what are your dreams? And I'm going to do everything I can so you can fulfill your dreams. And he would think the same for me. So we're both givers.
What about if tomorrow morning Patrice say, Sanaa,
Yes.
I'm done. I don't want to go as far as you do. I have enough. I'm giving you everything, but I'm not working anymore.
It won't happen.
Okay, but
What if he says that? Let's do it together. I'm not doing anything without him. I'm not doing anything without him. He's my husband first. I mean, yes, he's a business partner, but he's my husband first. It won't happen. If that's not who he is. I think he's
I
so.
didn't say he's gonna do it. Don't
but
be
I'm
scared.
saying, no,
I'm
I'm
just
not scared. I'm just saying, like, it's
would you go and move forward?
no. My husband first. My family first.
Did you never think about stopping?
No.
Did you think at one moment, because we all have this difficulty will make us stronger and become bigger, that we don't realize when we're in it, and we're like, where is this is happening, instead of say, what I am learning right now, this is what I do now. When I feel that it's not going the way I want in my business, because I got it all planned, I'm going to say, why is it not working? Because I'm not asking for the right thing.
That's good. It's powerful.
And what is it that I'm learning by the process at not having it? And usually it's bigger. But we are so
in that
I need it now. I want it now. It's going to be now in my way. It's my project. I created it.
We're all
ego.
impatient. Yeah. It's like almost
Sorry
impatient.
to say, but entrepreneur has the biggest ego on the planet.
Yeah.
We don't like it. We don't like to lose. And we're losing against who, Sanaa?
Us against us.
Nobody knows.
Nobody puts pressure on us. It's like, pressure is a privilege. I read that quote a couple of years ago, and I really think it defines us as, when you're an entrepreneur or in business, or even like an entrepreneur, like, the number 2 or number 3s of the companies that have a lot on their shoulders. Mm-hmm. Yes, they don't take the full risk, like, because they're not the ones who sign off, for things. But, I mean, I think that it's just the pressure is a privilege. And when you're in your position where you feel pressure, I like to, words are very important for me. So I don't like to say pressure. I like to say intensity, because pressure is something that is pushed upon you. Yeah. Intensity, you control the intensity of the heat, of the coolness, of your actions. You control the intensity of your life. So I choose to have an intense life. My husband chooses to have and we talk about it all the time. And we're both very clear. If it doesn't fit, if it's not a direction where we want to go, if it's not, we can readjust course. But we know, I see my father, I see all the entrepreneurs around me, they don't stop because that's who they are. That's why I'm saying I'm so sure I'm never going to stop. But if I feel the need to slow down one day, like I go on vacation, I slow down, I will slow down. I will give myself that permission to lower the intensity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't have the pressure of always being intense to the full max, level 10.
But you had to at one point.
I am now. I want to, because my goals, I set my goals. Nobody set my goals for me. I set my goals. So to achieve that, I better be intense, because this is like wishful thinking.
So you recognize that you are intense.
Of course.
When we see you, we see it. Just you, so you know.
Like how?
No, but nobody knows. I'm going to tell you, like she doesn't know. I saw your husband. He's the chill one when you look at him. It's very chill. He's like my husband. Did you see my husband? Chill.
Yeah.
You're like, are you awake? Like, they have this intensity, but it doesn't show like us. We look like popcorn on crack.
Popcorn on crack. It's the first time I hear that.
Me too. We do.
You're hilarious.
We just do.
Yeah, I'm very bubbly
ping pong.
personality. Yeah. I'm
where are
very
they
bubbly.
going?
I'm very bubbly. I'm very sociable. So for me, it's
Your
like
husband as well, but in a different way.
no, he's very yeah. It's like he's very
The yin and the yang.
yeah, exactly.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, thank God. Imagine
Popcorn on crack.
both of them. It's like bouncing off the walls.
Do you
all day
imagine
long.
the four of us in the same room for dinner? The restaurant closed. They have no choice. Like they are very demure, like the word demure now. Like very, but they take space and to handle a
They
woman.
have charisma. Yeah, it's like the charisma. It doesn't. You know, a lot of people say like to be strong, have a strong character, you need to speak loud. And
No.
I in social events, you know, you have to meet a lot of people. So I'm very and I need to go towards people, right? When I'm in a boardroom, I'm very poised. I listen, and when I need to speak, I speak. But I listen a lot when I'm in a meeting, right? But when you're in a social event, people expect to be heard and you nurtured, and you know, like and sometimes it's like that's what it's not that what they expect. That's how I am, and I discovered that I'm an extrovert. I thought I was an introvert. I thought I was because I was very. I kept to myself. I know. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. When I was young, I was very.
What show are we on?
Surprise, surprise. So for me, I thought I would. You know, I was very shy when I was young.
Like me.
Yeah, I was very shy.
You remember I told you I'm very, very shy.
Very shy.
I'm still.
Yeah, I was very
It
shy.
just doesn't show. When I'm on one-on-one, I'm very comfortable. In a big group, I don't see what's in the front of me, so I don't really care. The lights are closed, so I just talk. But let's say if we go for dinner and I don't know too much the people, I'm very, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. So I will talk business.
Yeah.
Business is always
It's
safe.
good. Yeah, it's safe. It's a safe ground. And
Do you have a private part of you that you'd never show? Because you're very bubbly, you're very open mind, you're a good listener, you're a good communicator, you love spice on the popcorn. I mean, is it something that you will not show because you're scared of judgment, or you won't do in your business because, or in your business?
Yeah, business.
Like you always dress to the nine. You always look perfect.
Yes. Oh my God. You know, it's like this morning. Okay. You know what? On weekends, I wear Lulu. I'm like very casual.
Well, we all do that, but I'm sure the Lulu are like this. You know what? Is it a side of
it's not
you?
an ad for Lulu, but I mean,
Is it a side of you that you don't, because you're very proud? You're proud, and you have the reason to be proud. Is it a side of you that sometimes is not available because you're scared to go there?
It's. I think I'm pretty. I show vulnerability depending on where, because we haven't seen each other many times. I've seen actually.
I saw you the first time I met you. You were vulnerable.
Yeah.
You came to me and said, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, is she for real?
I connect with people a lot. So, and I am very good one-on-one. I love one-on-ones.
Me too.
You connect. For me, and it's funny because I've always been pulled into leadership situations. I never wanted to be at the front of anything. I promise you. Even then, I chose the name of our company, PMML, Patrice, because it's like, fine by me. I mean, that's what we need to push you in the limelight. My husband would always say,
this is it. Why are we act like that?
No, because it was necessity. He had the license and he was negotiating
but
deals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have an S on it somewhere.
You know why I did it also? It's because I had nothing to prove, because every time he spoke, he was my partner and I. He never said my secretary, mon adjoint. He never said, you know what I mean? Like, but some guys do that. Okay.
These are the guys who don't know their address at night.
No, c'est ça. But
you don't have quality husband. You have a quality husband.
He always put me on a pedestal. He would always, whenever he would talk with people. I'll check with Sanaa. You know, like we were partners. Like true. We have his mother to thank for that. She's extraordinary. I have, honestly, a great mother-in-law. So the environment in which we evolved, because we became adults together, my husband and I, like 20, 22.
Absolutely.
We became adults together. Seriously, 22, you don't know yourself. 20, you don't know yourself. The paper says you don't. It's like, sorry if you're 20. I mean, with all due respect, like
No, but
it's like
you
you're
guys
still evolving. Like
come
I'm
and
still
talk to
evolving.
us at our age.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, hats off to them because they have a lot of knowledge that we didn't have at 20 either. They're more exposed to a lot of things, a lot more than we were at 20.
I wouldn't want to, though.
I
Do you
understand that.
imagine?
No. It's well, it's another conversation, but it's like so. He always put me in a pedestal, and he always treated me really as an equal. Every time would say, "Oh, behind every great man, there's a great lady." He would say, "She's not behind; she's next to me." He would
Absolutely.
always say that. He would always talk up to speak up for me and talk me up. And then when I was asked the first time to be on the stage, actually he threw me on the stage once and said, "Okay, Sanaa, present the company for me." Like there was 400 people. He was supposed to go on stage, and he said, "It's like it's time to get out of your shell, go up."
You were
Because
shy.
because I was great at one-on-one. Everybody would come to me. Like I'm very good in a
You're the
crowd.
problem solver.
Yeah. No, not problem solver, but like a connector, right?
Okay.
So in a crowd, I could, scan and okay, listen to this. He needs, she needs. Okay, I'm very good at that. But being on stage, I was completely terrified. So he just pushed me out. Like I said, okay, you're going up. It's like, you should have told me earlier. You wouldn't have gone. You don't have time to be nervous now. You know the company. Just go talk about the company. It's 30 seconds. I was like, oh my God.
Why were you scared?
Because I like to be prepared.
Prepare to what?
I don't know. I like
What
to
about if the electricity goes down when you're there for 30 seconds?
No, but I mean, okay, it's a very good question. You're very good. The thing is that what I realized after, and I read a lot about that, and it said that when you address a crowd and you're nervous to the point where it's almost paralyzing, it's because you're afraid of judgment. And you're only thinking about yourself. So basically, you're selfish. If you want to take it down a notch, your nervousness, because we all have the jitters or the butterflies, which is good, it's the nervous system kicking in. But if you think about the crowd, what they need to listen, who they are, what is the best value you can give them, and you take the focus off of you, and you focus on the crowd, on the people that are about to listen to you, then you are connecting with them, and then you'll be more natural, more relaxed, and it will flow. So once I learned that, it went well.
So you're the kind of woman who prepares for a business meeting, for a podcast, for an interview, for a
Less
plan.
now.
You
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Because you told me the whole year is planned.
Yeah, but
Like, with
yeah.
little
But like with you, we had a call, or some people we don't have a call. It's okay. Let's like Ghislain, the book launch.
Yes.
No idea what we're going to talk about. Nothing. He said, "I'll put you on stage. We'll talk about working as a couple." Okay, nada, no question, nothing. I was not even nervous. I was fine. Okay, fine, because I trust him.
So trust is a big
Yeah.
thing. How do you pick your employees? You have 50 employees with salary. You have 150 broker.
100 brokers, yes.
100.
Yeah, it's okay. It's 150.
150 by the time this year. So it's 100.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
You
yeah,
just
it's-
don't know. You have 150.
They're coming.
We're going to
They're on
see
their
this
way.
by November. You're going to say, she was right. Let's call her now. It was 150. So it's 100 broker. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And 50 employees with salary. How do you pick your employees? And how do you pick your brokers? Because it's two different things. I'd like
Absolutely.
you to explain
Yeah.
what is a broker and what's an employee.
Okay, so the role of the employee is to help the broker. So I'll start with the broker first. A broker is the one who does transactions. So we have real estate brokers, commercial only, and mortgage brokers, also just commercial. So both of them are different kind of brokers, different kind of licenses. So what they do is that the commercial real estate broker, he will get properties for sale, or and then he will negotiate to make a transaction. So basically, the brokers need to be entrepreneurs because if the deal doesn't go through, they don't get paid at all. We're paid only by commission. Okay, so it's 100% commission. Same
So
thing.
you have to sell.
You have to sell.
To eat.
Yeah, you have to sell to eat. And also, the way we choose them is that we don't like to have people that think that everything is due to them, or it's like their entitlement, or what are you going to do for me? We treat them as partners. So for us, the brokers that we choose, even on the mortgage brokers, they need to be, of course, very technical, but also they need to get the business. They need to do business development. So both of them, the mortgage and the real estate brokers, they need to do business development, also be very, very proactive with their clients.
Hungry,
thorough, respectable, and also a long-term vision, because you don't do a deal today that will kill a relationship, long-term relationship. And every dollar that you're making today is it costing you 10 tomorrow.
yes.
You know what I mean? So that's the business model that we have, and that's the mentality, because we've been in real estate, Patrice and I, for the last 20 years, and we have an excellent reputation. And I'm confident to say that, I mean, you can be humble in life, but certain things, I'm not even, like, I will say it because that's the feedback that we have, and that's what the standards, we've always had
Vous êtes
high
les
standards.
intouchables.
Yeah, les intouchables. Ouais, c'est Patrice et moi. Well, everybody knows we're a couple, so they just don't mess with us.
But what makes you choose a broker and know if let's say he's just starting tomorrow? Would you take somebody who's brand new?
It would depend on, you know, when you have an interview, and same thing with the employees. When I have an interview, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, some people are very old school. I'll put you on a hot seat. I'll give you some trick questions, and you'll see the employee, like, with their eyes, they're analyzing, they're nervous, they're sweating, they don't know what to say. Probably saying something that doesn't even fit you know. So on the contrary, they know they're in an interview, so they're already nervous. So I just want to put them at ease, not too at ease though, but at ease. So there's no familiarity, but there's comfort. So they can open up. I want them, like, I don't have time for BS. So let's just have a conversation. These are the questions. Did you study the company before you came here? Somebody that didn't study the company before they came to the interview. I mean, now we have great leadership within the company that interviews the employees. So I don't do it as often. Sometimes I do. I like it. So sometimes it's spoken. But for the brokers, we still do it, Patrice and I, sometimes mostly Patrice, and put them at ease, talk about conversations. What are your dreams? What are your goals? Does it fit? If your goals and your dreams and what we're going to build fits, we're aligned, then there's no resistance. There's a flow.
Are you severe?
High standards. And everything is clear.
When I was in New York, living in New York with my business, I was so severe.
Were you?
Crazy, because I had to perform.
But that's
I
it.
had to make it.
New York, so many people.
New York, Upper East Side, Lexington, 833 Lexington. The door beside was Bloomingdale. You have the whole building is yours.
And the girl, oh my God, it's so well located. I mean, people would just.
It was the first firehouse in New York City on the Upper East Side.
Wow.
So it was big. You cannot feel when you're alone and with our partner.
No.
My two partners are from Israel.
Wow.
So it was like, and they were not in the industry. So it was a very high thing. I had rules at a point when I gave an interview. I'm sorry that I say that. Now I don't do it anymore. If you're expecting a child or want to have a child in the next 5 years, you cannot work for us. Because I have to start all over again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can say that now.
Now you can't.
No. But you know, I
20
understand.
years ago, I could.
Yeah.
I'm
But,
like, I'm not going to teach you all my tricks of the trades. And
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And your work is very physical. It's very. It's a craft. It was aesthetics.
But it's
Wow.
funny because God got me in a good way. After that, the 5 girls who got hired, they got pregnant. So I had to start over.
You know what they say? Never say what you don't want, right?
Yeah, I know.
No, but I mean, we learn as we
Yeah.
grow. I did the same.
No, I don't
So-
say that anymore.
No.
If
But
you're-
no.
if
We
you're
grow.
pregnant, I'm happy. But at the time being also,
We grow into things.
I didn't want to hear about your children.
No,
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It
yeah.
was difficult for me. So
Well, we had. Yeah, the pressure was on for you.
yeah,
You had to
so
perform. Yeah.
severe
Yeah.
was you severe too. Not maybe
Yeah.
severe, but discipline.
Discipline, I think
Because
that,
it's your reputation. Somebody, a broker, make a mistake. It's your name.
yeah, it's PMML's name, and especially now. But the thing is, what's great about what we started very slow. My husband and I started, and we were like just the two of us for like 2008 until 2013. Imagine that. A long time. So we only had one. Yeah.
Why?
Because we were defensive. We just did our deals. We don't need employees. We don't need brokers.
Is it you or him? Was it
Both of
mature?
us. Both of us. We just, don't forget. We had, like we were talking in the beginning, the failures. My son was a couple of months old, and I had no money for diapers. It was either food or diapers. And moms, with their intuition, she said, Sana, I'm going to come with a bag of groceries with your youngest sister, Sofia, who's like, she was, I don't know, I was 27, she was 17. I'm just going to, drop them off. So because I had food, I could buy diapers.
They know.
They know, but they know in a way that they don't make you feel like they know. They know, so that it's like make you feel so good, safe, and not hurting the pride, and especially the husband's pride, because we were like it was a rough patch, so it was so tasteful. It was so tasteful. It was one shot, and he just cut it. But that was very when you live that. So once you get to a point where you're making money.
You don't want to risk.
You don't want to risk any commission.
Not just that. You don't want to risk
anything.
the life of the other person, because if you take an employee or a broker and you don't make it through, you're responsible for them, their family, and their children and the wife.
It was just too big in our head, and we were not there yet.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we went to some Tony Robbins seminars, and that was so powerful. We were in an airport. We were in Miami waiting for our flight, and I was on my computer on internet. And then there's ad comes up, Unleash the Power Within, Tony Robbins. It was in March. It was March 2012. March 2012. And I turned the computer to my husband and said, Patrice, you want to go? He said, yeah, I think we're due. Yeah, let's go. I booked the tickets right there, and it changed the course of our lives. Because it was November 2011, so March 2012, we went there, and he greets you. It's a big arena. He greets you with this book, a workbook, and you have to work on yourself and your limiting beliefs and and you work, and when you leave the weekend, sleep deprived to the max, but energized like crazy.
You're the popcorn with crack.
Forget it. But you have a workbook that you worked on yourself, so you can go back and see what you wrote, right? Mm-hmm. So you have a tool. Mm-hmm. And my husband, Patrice, and I will always execute. So we don't waste our time. We're serious about succeeding in life together, and we're so serious about our dreams. When we were broke and only coffee could be the entertainment, we would go to chapters on corner of Stanley and St. Catharines, at the second floor, and would take the magazines I would read, and we want to go there, and I would look at earrings, just like studs, I was so far from having a little diamonds, I was like, and they were, if I could just buy small ones, just like the tiny ones, I would be happy, and just go on this little trip. And then one day, life goes on, and then you realize, was that a hotel that we saw in the mag? Was this and then I was buying stuff that was like, was that the thing I was dreaming of? I remember even lipstick. You're a girl, you know this. C'était un rouge à lèvres, L'Oréal.
If you're talking about lipstick, I know.
But I had to wait for the lipstick to go on sale at $7.99. I couldn't buy it at $10.99. Do you know where I come from?
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. Because every single dollar would go back to the business and go back to whatever we needed to build. So when we go to those seminars, you leave the seminar, you fire it up, you know you can do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You just said that you are in action always. You're in command. Let's say someone on your 50 employees doesn't work out. Do you take time, give a second chance, you let them go? How does this work? Because broker, we understood. Employees is much closer to you.
Yeah, employees actually, it's fun because it was a very, very strong learning curve. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Honestly, I mean, being a mama, yes, is fine, but it's very rewarding. But having an employee, the first time I fired an employee, it was a Friday, and I cried in the bathroom afterwards. I cried, like, I cried. I said, and the whole Friday night and the Saturday, she, she, she must feel like this. And I would wake up and think about her. She must be so depressed. And I would feel so much. But she did not. She lied on her CV. She was not good at what she said she was going to be good at. So, and then after we had lunch with, dinner with a couple of friends who had a big business back then. And
back then, so now it's bigger or smaller? Come on now, Sanaa.
No, but I mean, for us, it was like they had so many employees. Now it's like I think we reached a point where
they're smaller.
I don't know if they're smaller. I don't know where they're at right now, but I mean, now we have more. Let's just say we have more experience. So,
right.
So, and then they cheered me on, and they said to my husband, said, "Don't worry, you know, you did the right thing. Even for her, it's a learning curve. Some people they should not, lie on the CV, and they should say the truthfulness, and so that it's a good fit, and so, and I felt at peace." For the first time, and I said, okay, I can do this. And then you have 3 and then 4 employees. And I think the hardest was to get past 10, because once you have 7, like, okay, people that are listening, maybe they're at 6 or 5 or like 7 employees. They're so important, each one of them, because one is missing because they're sick or their child is sick, whatever.
That's why I don't like people who have
the overload of work on the other employees on top of whatever they have to do is tremendous. But I shouldn't say that because everybody has their role. Yeah. Even if you're 50, everybody has their role. Yes. But it's a little easier, So, so what I've learned is to have procedures. Yeah. And I have protocols. So everything was written. Every single position has a protocol, so it's plug and play, kind of like, the chief of operations would, train them, or the chief of department now, they train them, and then they have their protocols, and, you can, refer to that, to that material if you don't know. And then after, of course, you can come and see me. We're always available. But to let go of someone is the hardest. It never gets easy.
Never?
It never gets easy because it's people.
If you had to redo it all over again, what would you do differently?
That's a good question. It's so hypothetical.
One thing.
Oh, my gosh. I can't say. Because it made us who we are now. If I could... I honestly can't say, because if I take an element, it made me who I am today. You know what I mean?
Yes. I understand.
If I had to redo it, I would be a walk in the park. That would be
that would be boring.
It would be so boring.
Why are we doing this again? We know the plan.
But seriously, a lot of things were hard, honestly, and I could have done without many things. But at the same time, there were learning curves, right? So,
if you have someone who comes up to you and wants to be PMML, what do you say to do first?
Work on yourself. Take care of your business, and your business will take care of you.
Okay. And what's the secret of all that? What you learned in the last 30 years, you learned it from somewhere. It's not just a book and seminar. I mean, you did some homework on yourself.
Yeah. What I've learned is that I need to trust my gut. We talk ourselves out of some instincts that we have. That little voice. We sometimes just talk ourselves out of that. And I'm not talking about the fear. The fear is just a red flag. You listen to it or you don't. Okay? I'm talking about that instinct. So, but I think that...
you're very connected.
I'm very connected. I'm very connect with yourself, and I think that you have to give yourself some space to grow, but always be in action. You always have to stay in action because you don't grow if you're not in action. Otherwise, it's just theory. So I think that what I've learned, and another one-liner that I love is that being smart is learning from your mistakes. Being wise is learning from other people's mistakes. So let's just see what's the paved way. What did people do in this situation? What can and like try to learn, but not consultation. Talk, ask people their opinion. That's the worst thing. But just to learn about other people's experiences in a way.
Do you believe to keep everything secret in a company till it's about to be done, or when it's done, launch it? Or you will talk about it? Do you have a mentor? Do you go somewhere for an advice? Let's say you're not doing well in Patrick either, and you sometimes don't agree, or not don't agree, but don't know.
Well, sometimes we don't agree on
Don't
things. I mean,
agree,
it happens.
Or sometimes you're like, you think we should go for counseling to ask a question. A mentor. You know what's a mentor? Do you have someone?
We have 4 mentors, but they're not like, we learn a lot from them. Their material is Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, which is the real estate guy. Yes. You have Gary Vaynerchuk, and also you have Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone. All these people, they played a role. But
someone that you can go
someone to say, I think that we like to keep it to ourselves. A lot of people go out, but we have very good advisors.
That's your secret.
We have good advisors, and we choose them well.
How do you choose them?
Professionals. We interview, you know what? As a real estate broker, people, they choose to do business with you or not. They put you in competition with other brokers, and may the best win. Or sometimes they'll negotiate with you, and they'll put you on. Why don't we do that with advisors? I mean, I don't put them on a hot seat, but I will ask them what's their expertise. It's not because they're with a big label that they're going to be good for me. I need to see if I connect. And many of them, like I'm telling you, like the instinct, and that Patrice is very good. He can 5 minutes and he'll say, that advisor is not good for us. He's going to try to sell us this,
a plan.
I need someone who understands our needs, that's going to guide us and challenge me, but not challenge me as a person, challenge my ideas, but in the right moment.
And teach you something.
And teach me something, So these are advisors that we have a couple of those. So I think that because we know what we want, and we have good friends that are very successful. So they're like masterminds.
Yeah.
I like masterminds,
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart and quick.
Yeah.
Personally, do you have a mentor? Besides Patrice?
Well, okay, I have a different kind of mentors. My parents are my mentors for different things.
They teach you a lot.
Teach me a lot. And that legacy, behavior and social skills, and spiritually and everything. I have... I used to be Oprah. I used to love Oprah a lot.
I am Oprah Quebec. You didn't know?
Great.
You didn't know? No. I listen to her every morning, for real, when I get ready.
Seriously?
I swear to you.
Wow.
Every morning I put the YouTube on and I just press to anything.
I love her voice. She's very soothing.
And then whatever she says sometimes connects or doesn't connect.
Exactly,
and I switch. Because sometimes you just need to switch your mindset for the morning.
Yeah.
And that's a good advice. It's not always on paper and telling you what to do, left or right, or do this deal.
Mais c'est ça, exactly.
It's what you learn inside.
So Oprah was my mentor for many years, and I call her my mentor from a distance because since I was, I was only Francophone. I speak French and Arabic, and I did not speak a word of English until 13 years old. It was a new kid on the block that quote unquote stole my best friend who spoke both languages, French and English, and she played with the other Anglophone, and I was left out. So I need to learn English
to learn
to be part of the group. So Oprah, once I started learning English, it was wow, she's fantastic. So she opened up so many things for me, and that forward thinking. She had Deepak Chopra. She had so many people influence you, and that's how I learned about Robert Kiyosaki. It was through Oprah. So she exposed everybody to so many ideas and new ways of thinking, and the law of attraction and all that.
Sometimes it's just the mindset. Whatever you think,
Yeah.
That it's not going through the fear you put yourself in. There's no fear.
Yeah.
But you just feel, oh my God, because you remember from the past an experience or whatever. So it reminds you that to be in survival mode, even in business, that you get scared and then you stop accomplishing
Exactly.
because you're scared of what you know and what you don't know.
Yeah.
Both sides, huh?
Yeah.
You can be scared on both sides.
Yeah. But, I think that, we're talking about being creation.
Yeah.
I like when I see Oprah's story, and that was very, like, she had the best story, but so many people stay stuck in that story and never become Oprah because they had the same circumstances. So her story was so, like, far from my reality that it gives you confidence as a young girl to say, well, she did it in Mississippi and Chicago. I mean, like, anybody can make it, right? So it gives you that actually curiosity to say, what can I do? What's possible for me?
Everything.
That's it. So you never lose hope. So I never lost hope. I was discouraged sometimes and I was fed up sometimes.
Because you're learning.
But because I'm learning. But I never lost hope because I always believed that I was made for something more. Mia, I have so much love in my heart. One day I was standing in Place Ville-Marie. We just had opened our mortgage division. And there was WeWork, and we took an office there for a mortgage broker. We had one mortgage broker, now we're there 40. And I went downstairs. We went downstairs, Gare Centrale, Central Station. And Patrice got a call with a client, so he was talking with a client or whoever. And I was like, okay, I'm waiting for him. Back then it was not smartphones or whatever. I was just looking, and I love watching people. And I was looking at people. I was like, okay. She's running and she's going to get her kids at the daycare. I'm making stories up. It's very entertaining in my head. And then I swear, I don't know where it came from. I said, I wish you well. And I would look at the other person, I wish you well. And I would send them, like bloop, bloop, love. And my heart was so hot, it was going to burst out of my body. And I got goosebumps. And I was just spreading love. They didn't even know. They were just passing by. And I was just wishing well. So, and that's who I am now. I don't even know the crowd. And sometimes I'm backstage. I just I love you guys. I wish you well. I don't know what you're living. You're probably, I don't know what you're, I just, but in my head, sometimes I don't even say it, but it's like, I just wish you well, So, that's who I am. And I never want to be bitter because of a situation or because of a circumstance or whatever. That's the most dangerous thing is become bitter. That's death. The death of soul.
That's boring.
That's terrible.
That's not me.
That's it. So that's why we connect.
2 more questions. We already passed the hour.
Seriously,
we didn't talk about PMML, but we did. They know. We're going to put a big sign on your forehead. They know it's you.
It's a tattoo in the heart.
Tattoo, Patrice. Call Patrice. He's going to explain to you. She came here for giving me her heart. Behind the social label. Be careful. It's all about business, but we figure out who you are.
Yeah.
2 questions. First question. It's 3 words. You put it on the way you want. The way you want, you place them. Not on the way I'm going to tell you, okay? Passion, success, money. Which one will you place to succeed? First.
Passion first. Success is not money. Money is a result. Money is a result. People chase money. Money is a result.
Money is too easy.
No, but it's a result. I mean, if you do things well.
I always say passion, success, and then you don't even know that money will come up.
Yeah.
You're not going to check because you have a success in your heart. You know you made it.
Yeah.
You're not going to go say, oh, do I have 5 more cents today? It's there. So passion, success, and money.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. Is it the way
wonderful.
You see it?
Yeah.
The last thing. Where are you in 5 years?
In 5 years, we're going to be a bunch of shareholders, brokers and employees will be shareholders. We're announcing that next week.
So in September
the 20th, we're announcing
24.
that. So in 5 years, we're going to be across Canada and Yeah, across Canada and U.S. And hopefully we'll have equity partner that will help us go around the world.
And your own plane.
That would be great. That would be great.
No, it's the
I'm
next
looking
thing.
at them right now.
They're black with your name PMML and white with sparkle on it.
Yes. It's spark. That's it. I love your vision.
Black jet
Black jet.
where the 50 people can go in with the word in white. Don't you think it'd be nice? You're looking at that
It's
right
amazing.
now?
I'm looking at jets. I have to. I don't have a timeline, but I like the idea.
Before February next year. I'm sure you will. I'm wishing you all the love in the world. Thank you
Mia.
so much
Thank
to
you,
have
Mia.
done this interview for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.